Hey guys, it's Fiona Edgar, astrologer here, and today I'm trying something a little bit different. One of my followers, Emily, requested that I do this analysis of the chart of Bernie Sanders. So she sent me a tip and asked if I would give my opinion on his chart and what I see here. So if you want to do that, you can. Just send me a message on Facebook or my website. Not Donald Trump though. Seriously, I've already done that like so many times. So let's get started then. So if you've been following my other videos, you will know that I've uncovered a bit of a theme here in Democrats, socialists, in the charts of Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Justin Trudeau, Bill Gates, and a whole host of other famous socialist type people. And that is Neptune or Pisces in the fourth or on the fourth house cusp. So once again, and this is getting old, seriously. Once again, I discovered that Bernie Sanders has exactly the same placement here. The fourth house cusp is very important. It gives us a story about the person's home life, but also their upbringing, their ancestry, and their family line, specifically the mother's line here. The 10th house would be the father and the father's line. So once again, we see that this person has Pisces on the fourth house cusp. That means that there's deception and secrecy surrounding his childhood, his upbringing, his parentage. Now, as the ruler, just as in Joe Biden's chart, eerily similar here, guys, the ruler of the fourth house cusp is placed into the 10th house. So he has Neptune in the 10th house of father and also career. I have said in some of my other videos, would I trust a politician that has Neptune in the fourth house? The 10th house. The answer is no, because Neptune is a very mysterious planet that's connected to. It is a spiritual planet, but its energy is very difficult for us to deal with on this physical earth because it has, first of all, it has no boundaries, and we can see that in the politics of Bernie Sanders that he does have a lack of boundaries, and the reason why is because that was instilled in him and through his childhood. We may be looking at someone here once again that there is a secret here connected to who his father is, or his father was part of some kind of secret society or secret club. Once again, we're seeing that it's almost the same as Joe Biden's chart. Like seriously, it's really similar. You couldn't make this stuff up. Astrology, I don't pretend to know everything about politics. I do have my own opinions on politics and politicians, but I trust astrology more than I trust anything else because people lie, astrology doesn't. It never lies, unless we're looking at an inaccurate birth time or something like that, which is always a possibility, but this looks pretty good to me here. So, yes, something to do with his childhood is being covered up. In some extreme cases, Neptune or Pisces on the fourth house can indicate some kind of abuse, childhood abuse, like sexual abuse, something like that. So, I'm not saying that that's definitely the case here. I'm just saying that what the possibilities are with this chart. So, secrecy connected to his father. Now, Neptune, all of this stellium of planets here in his 10th house leads me to believe, like many of the other politicians that I've looked at, there's a very strong theme going on here. that is reflected in that person's career path, but also, it's this line that comes from their childhood. Possibly what I'm looking at again here is someone that was raised for this role. I don't think that he is right up there with the Clintons. There's been a bit of a conflict there, but there's some kind of similarity here. I mean, I don't know. Like, none of us really know what is going on with these people. But I would definitely not trust anyone who was in politics that had a Neptune in the 10th house, because that person is going to be very deceptive within their career. And as a public figure with Neptune there, none of us really know what's going on. I mean, I don't really know that much about Bernie other than he's a democratic socialist. Well, he's also a millionaire. Do you trust a millionaire that is also a democratic socialist? Because I don't. Put your money where your mouth is. Stop trying to take everyone else's money and give them to other people that haven't done any work. So the other thing is that, again, we see these wounds that are the same as, I think it's almost exactly the same as Joe Biden's chart here. So we have Chiron, the wounded healer, in Leo, which automatically is a wound connected to the father or the father figure that he was exposed to the most early on in life. Which is making a loose conjunction to Neptune here. This wound that he has surrounding his father or his father figure, this wound is something that he's meant to be exploring. Okay? He's meant to be exploring that in order to grow. He also has Pluto here making a conjunction to Chiron. So there's some kind of very strong control system coming down his paternal line. His father is controlling. He didn't know his father. And I don't even know what it says in Wikipedia. I haven't even looked at it. But this is what the astrology tells me. This is weird, to be honest, because I'm seeing this over and over again. And at the very least, this is secrecy surrounding this person's childhood, their upbringing, and then them reflecting that secrecy and deception within their career and public life. So, I mean, when we have when the sign on the cusp of the 10th house this is what most people see within a person. So the cusp of the 10th house reflects how the public sees Bernie Sanders. So they see him as someone who is Virgo. They see him as someone who is analytical, sort of pretending or trying to be of service to the rest of humanity, which is a good thing. But the Neptune here kind of ruins everything or mixes it up with this deception that's coming from his roots. So Bernie is a Scorpio rising. That depends on the birth time, but I'm pretty sure that he is. Scorpio risings are very secretive people, but they're very intuitive. They're very psychically switched on. They have the ability to kind of cut through things and analyze them and dissect them, and he comes across as someone that is very strong. He comes across as someone that really knows what he's talking about. He talks a good talk because he has Mercury here in the 10th house as well. People that have that, tend to be listened to by the public. But he also has a Mercury-Neptune conjunction, which means that he is prone to embellishing the truth and telling porkies. It is an out-of-sign conjunction, but it's still a conjunction. With Mercury in Libra, he also knows how to talk in kind of flowery language, or just really get his point across in a way that seems so honest and seems so he communicates his ideas in a way that other people tend to agree with. But Neptune here, I wouldn't really trust that, to be honest. So What is Bernie Sanders like on a purely emotional level that only he really feels, or the people that are very close to him see? He has Moon in Aries, conjunct Mars retrograde. So, first of all, this is a person that has issues with women. He had an issue with his mother, whoever his mother is. I have no idea. Sorry if I'm sniffling here, by the way. I have like some kind of hay fever shit going on today. So, this is a person that has serious issues with women. The moon in the birth chart represents the mother and the relationship that the person has with other women. It also represents his emotions, all his secret private feelings that he has that he doesn't really communicate to people, his instincts, and to a certain degree it also reflects the karmic past lives that this person has lived before this one. So with Mars retrograde here, that's a real nasty aspect for a man to have, because this is someone that will take out his childhood issues out on any women that he's close to. So I haven't really read that much about this person, and I don't follow him or really pay attention, but I'm sure that being a democratic socialist, he is all for feminism and all of that, but like, this is a nasty aspect. I would not want to be around this person very much. I think that he takes his temper out on other people. Even though what we see in the 10th house here is someone that is, seems to be very Virgo and, service to humanity, and claims to want to help everyone and build this kind of like socialist utopia where we're all equal and we're all benefiting and all of that nonsense. But deep inside, he's not. He's not really feeling that. I like Moon and Aries. It's a good fun placement. I like Moon and Aries people. But because this is conjunct Mars retrograde, and this is a person who will have, if he was made president, I know he's not in the running now, but I'm sure he's doing other stuff. If he was made president, this is a guy that is very ruled by his instincts and his emotions, and doesn't really see the bigger picture in a very clear way, to be honest, and can be a bit of a dick to people around him. It's not someone that I would say is suitable for president. He has a lot of karma here, past life karma connected to war and conflict. He definitely has mother issues, which I can see also in his 7th house. So the 7th house would be that person's relationship with his wife, his partner, anything to do with partnerships. And it's exactly the same as Joe Biden's. Uranus and Saturn here. So with Saturn on the 7th house cusp, these people do tend to be attracted to long-term relationships, very steady relationships. They're not normally people that would want to go from one thing to the other, but with Uranus and Jupiter in here, that definitely changes the energy here, especially because it's in Gemini. So when we see a bunch of planets in the 7th house, depending on what those planets are, it can sometimes indicate a player or someone that's never satisfied with one partner. So Uranus in here, I'm kind of feeling that kind of unusual sexual taste that I saw in Joe Biden's chart as well. Also with Jupiter there, he would tend to be interested in a bunch of different people. I know that this guy's quite old. I mean, he was born in 1941, but he's still a public figure here, so we have to take that into consideration. Is he someone that would abuse his power? Definitely yes. Definitely. With that Mars and Moon conjunction that he has, I would say for sure. The good part about his Jupiter in Gemini is that he's very good at bringing people together. He's very good at saying, hey, we're all one. Come on, let's, let's build our kind of socialist country that we want to live in, and everyone's going to be taken care of. He's very good at talking the talk. But could he be trusted when it comes down to the nitty gritty? No, I just don't think so. And I really didn't try. I mean, I'm definitely against communism and socialism. I will totally tell you that. I just don't think that it works unless it's on a very small scale, like a tribe or a very small village. But even then, you have to allow people the freedom to do what they want and to be rewarded in the way that they want. But, I mean, I did try to go into this with an open mind. I really don't feel his energy is as bad as Hillary Clinton's. I don't feel that. When I kind of tune in, I'm quite intuitive and I can get a lot about someone's energy just by looking at their photograph. When I tune into Hillary Clinton's, I get a really nasty, horrible energy. Bernie's is not quite as bad, but he is a wounded person. His sense of identity as a male is wounded. And that's what he's supposed to be dealing with in this lifetime. That's what he's supposed to be healing and exploring. But instead he isn't. He's kind of expanding that wound to his country, or to the people around him. So definitely not suitable material for a politician. He has Venus in the 11th house, which again means that he's someone who probably comes across as very likable, and maybe he is very likable. Maybe he has some really good qualities here. With Venus in Libra, he's certainly going to come across as being very diplomatic, a fair person. He just wants to be equal. He just wants everything to be fair. Life is not fair. None of us are equal. When we try to make everyone equal, it's going to increase inequality in the long term. We have to let people be individuals. We have to let them make mistakes to earn as much money or as little money as they want. It's the only way. It's not an ideal system. Someone is going to lose out. Someone is going to be poor, or any other negative thing. But it's the fairest system that we have. We all have karma to deal with, individual karma. It's not up for everyone else to work out your karma. Sorry, minor rant there. Just in a spiritual perspective, communism is just complete nonsense. So, he does have some good stuff going on. I really like this Chiron Uranus sextile. It's kind of a loose sextile, but it's a sextile nonetheless, and Pluto there as well. His potential for transformation is very strong. I think that this is someone that has managed a little bit to break out of this very strong control system that he's born under, but he's still following what he kind of was raised to do. And I do think that that is the case, that these people were raised for these roles. No matter what it says in Wikipedia, blah, blah, blah. It's just not the truth. Not the truth at all. But the number one reason why I say that this guy would not be a good politician is because of this Moon-Mars conjunction. Ruled by his instincts and his emotions, he doesn't think things through. He can be an aggressive person. As it's in the 5th house here, he's kind of selfish. So what we're looking at is the type of person that, because he has certain wounds, because he has certain feelings, he thinks that everyone else should cater to those feelings and cater to his wounds. So, a lot of this stuff comes from his childhood, his wounds that he has with his parents. Not suitable for a politician. He's not able to separate his own emotions from his plan. The plan that he had for the US. Neptune here in the 10th house. He does have a Neptune North Node conjunction. So that would be someone that is supposed to be healing, trying to heal mankind, trying to have compassion for others, trying to just help other people. But I don't think that he's going about it the right way. He really needs to go inwards, first of all, and work in these wounds that he has. But this conjunction here, which is particularly nasty, I would say that this is definitely someone that could be very passive aggressive. With Chiron and Pluto here in the ninth house, that would definitely that's definitely someone that is very strong in his own personal beliefs. So it's not someone that would ever back down or really take the time to consider, oh, hang on, there may be another way to do this, or he's made up his mind, because it's in Leo, and Leo is a fixed sign. He's made up his mind, and nothing is going to move him away from that. So yeah, that's my analysis of Bernie Sanders' chart. I think I got everything here. So in a nutshell, I think that he is somewhat of the same old dynasty that of the other charts that I did. Pisces on the fourth house cusp. He's someone that's ruled by his emotions. He's comfortable with being deceptive in his personal and in his work life. So is he someone that I would trust to be a politician? The answer is no.